Hey guys, my name is Reverend Phoenix and this is Drawing the Human Figure from Your Mind, lesson 104. So now we just need to move on and finish the last remaining understandings of this study. So one thing to keep in mind is, right, so when you're understanding anatomy, right, you need to figure this out for yourself as how you're going to do this, because when you're drawing characters, it's just understood that the eyes are going to be in the center, right? And it's going to have that same amount of space here. And when you're doing this in the anatomical studies, you're going to have to see how do you actually put in the eye sockets and how everything's supposed to work. So if I take my pencil here, from here, right, where this middle of the eye is, and then I bring it up here, you'll see that it's the same. Over here, where this is, over here where this is going all the way here in the same. And you have to this is what you're going to learn when you're putting on these muscles and understanding these concepts, right? So just get that figured out, but just know that when you're drawing your characters, right, that's what you're going to have to think about, that's what's going to happen. So don't worry too much about it. Just understand what is it that you need to understand about putting the eyes in the center, and you have to do these researches. You know, when you make that mark in the center, where is this bone, and you know, this bone for the nose, and then you know how far should you be drawing, because I did show you those formulas, but you have to make those nips and tucks to understand. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm understanding this now. So now what we have to do is just wrap this up, and then we'll do one more lesson that's going to help us understand how much how much control have we taken over the invention, because this is giving us the control that we were looking for of understanding how to draw the human figure, and right now the human head. And little we'll get on to the other muscles. So what we have to do now is pretty much do these planes here, right? We need to understand these remaining planes because we did them on the side here. And what we're going to do is just draw on top of this and figure this out over here. So here what I'm going to do is just on this half side here. Well, let's see how we want to do this. Okay, so we know that we have a plane over here, right? This is going to be one plane that's going to be like this. It comes up. We know it's coming up right over here. And we know that this guy is going to come up and it's going to stop over here. So this is one plane that we need to be aware of. It's one. So next, the other plane is going to be obviously this area over here where the eyebrows are. And we know that it's going to stick over here. And we'll do the same thing over here. This might be over here. That there's going to be now a new plane. And we understand that. So these planes can get very, depending on how much, you know, the more you understand this and get more sophisticated. We're just trying to keep them as simple as possible here. So let's do this plane here and say that, right, so I know that the eyebrows over here, this area here that I know about where these muscles are, right, this is going to sit on its own plane over here, like here. We know that this part over here. So we did this, right, we're talking about this area over here, how it comes in this angle here. So we've got this like this going, and we're now talking about this plane over here, right here, that slight angle over here. So this plane, we know that, okay, it's going to go over here, and we know it's like this, right, keeping it simple, helping us understand these concepts. And really now we're just inventing now these understandings here. So we know that this plane here is going in this direction. Look, it's going in this direction. It's not coming outwards. This is the guy here. So here we're going to now shade this in just like this. So we know that this guy is on, it's coming towards us. And this guy here is going away from us, meaning that the light is hitting on. Okay. So the other plane is that we know that, okay, well, over here we also know that because of how this is over here, right, we're going to get a second plane, another plane over here for the head that we need to be aware of, that goes around like this, and it's going to go here because there's a mark over here. So from the front, well, what's happening over here is what we're saying is, okay, well, this goes here. It's about like we know that this plane here, so this is where the eye ended, and then there's this plane over here that's going about its business, like this, right? So we've got this, it's going to go here, this plane is going to be here. There's like a curve over here. So this is lighter, and we can like shade it in slightly, just knowing that that's over there. This is going to go on an angle over here. Okay, so the other is obviously now it's just going to go backwards over here. Now when you put the hair on, obviously you're going to have different things, but this is just going to go like this over here, and we know that over here where this thing ends, because of this, this thing has its own plane going in this direction, right? It's going to have this. So over here we know that, right, it's going to go like this, it's going here, it's going here, and going here. And you, so these things that I'm telling you, right, these are not like things that you have to say that this is what Riven said. This has to do with you understanding, because you can invent these planes yourself of how deep you want to understand that stuff, right? Just understanding the basics of these ideas here. So that's where this thing goes over here. Okay. We're going to just slightly shade this in a little bit. Just exposed to the light here a little bit. Just know that that's there. Okay, so the other thing is that we now need to look at, okay, so what happens down here? Well, we know that, okay, well, we know that this is going to be on its own plane around here, right? It comes in like this, and it has its own angle over here, because it sits over here. And so this thing is going to come here, it's going to go over here, and it's going to go like this, inside here. Then we know that this over here is going to be inside here, inside here. This is like giving us that solid look here. And then over here we know that, okay, now if we get into the eyes, that we have a plane over here, a plane over here, that's over here. So over here we're saying that, okay, there's a plane over here, it's like this, and it's cut up like that, and it goes in here. Right, it goes here. There's a plane system here, and we're going to get that socket in here, and this thing is on its own curve over here. So over here, we can now know that, right, we understood about those muscles is that this thing is going to start falling down, right? So we're going to get a plane over here, just like this, meaning that over here, we're going to get a plane that's going to be coming in this direction, right? But here's where we can now invent, right? So we can say that, okay, we know about that over here, that this could be a plane on itself, just like this, and it's going in this direction. And we can make our own understandings of this. That this goes here, and there is like this slight plane over here, like this, right? And then the other thing is, so let's actually work this out first for the nose here. So we know that the nose is on an angle over here, right? So it's going to have what, maybe a plane that goes like this, right? It's going to have this plane here. Then over here where it goes down, it's going to have a plane over here, just like this. And these guys are going to have their own little planes here that we can play around with. And you want to do this because it's going to help you comprehend these ideas here. How many planes, what's going on here? What do I need to be aware of? And here we know that, right, it's going like this, like that's like my plane over there, and this is my other plane over here. There's a plane over here, right? Just mess around with it. And there's a plane over here, just like this that we did over here. And this goes in here. We know that this plane is over here. And this was that line we were doing here. A slight plane over here, just like this. So over here we can say that, okay, we know that this is the muscle over here. So we're going to have like what? Maybe another plane over here, one more plane over here that goes in this direction, right? So over here we can say that, right, this plane is over here, there's like a plane over here. And this is, you're going to look at people's faces and just understand the basics of it, because we can get very complicated here if we wanted to. I'm just giving you a basic idea of how to do this. Okay, because it doesn't really matter, it's just understanding what these planes are and these inventions, what they mean to you. So we know that this plane is here, and we're going to have a plane like this going in this direction, right? And these lips are going to have their own planes like this, just like that. This guy is going to have a plane over here. It's going to be like this. We can just put this in over here, and knowing that, okay, I do know that there's a dimple area here, right? And it's going to go like this, just around like this. So over here we can do the same thing, saying that, right, I understand about this, and I know this, there's a small plane over here for this little nudge here. It's going in this direction. This thing goes like this, and then this thing here has its own plane. This thing has its own plane over here, like so. This has its own plane. We know that the lips are going to have their own plane like this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes it up, and it has its own plane here. There's a plane over 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 here. So see what I'm doing? I'm just thinking this and creating these as I go along here, because we're inventing now, and this is where you're going to you can personalize this, right? Your personal understandings of this. You know that this line comes here, right? So this could have a slight plane over here, just like this, helping us understand this. And this is going to go over here, just like so. And this is going to help us understand, okay, these are all the features I'm aware of, and these are very intricate understandings of this. And so this over here, we can have a plane to finish this off here, right? This is going to have its own plane over here. We know that this can have what? Kind of like a straight plane over here, kind of like this. Or it could have a little extra plane over here that goes like this, goes in this direction over here, right? Very simple concepts. So this is just helping us comprehend these ideas now. Okay, and we understand what's going on, because we have to do the side and front view and compare this. Understand what's going on. I understand what's going on now. And what's happened here is now the brain has a very good understanding of what's going on here. And symbolism is now just going to come to the rescue when we draw our characters. So that's what we're going to do next now, and just wrap this up and move on to the neck muscles. So I hope you join me for that. Thanks.